Hey, what is going on? What is going on? This is Mike Clark, Keys of Knowledge. Hey, we're already streaming, ready to go. I'm busy at open house, so you hear a little noise, pardon that. You know, just gotta stay busy, man. Maximizing the time. So I'm gonna go on and off here, but we're gonna get into this content real soon, man. We're in Mesquite Trails, and we'll talk a little bit about it, neighborhood, all that great stuff. Talk about open houses. And yeah, man, all that good stuff. Oh, no problem at all. No problem at all. Thank you. You're welcome. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All right, there we go. So we good now, man. We clear. Finna get into it. I don't have a chair, man, so I'm standing up. I'm trying to find something that's a little more, you know what I'm saying? Like, walk around the house a little bit, man, so you guys can see. Hey, this home is beautiful, man. 385, a bunch of extras with this home. You definitely want to take a look at it. I promise you, traffic's been crazy today on this one. So if the listeners don't get a don't get an offer today, I don't know what's going on. But there's a lot of people that love the home, a lot of great finishes, a lot of extras. Man, the backyard is beautiful, upstairs is beautiful, but y'all not here for that, are y'all? Y'all are the real estate page. But we're gonna get into the content. Like I said, we're talking about Mesquite Trails. We're talking about open houses and what I'm doing and what I want to do moving forward to next year. I think I'm starting to really understand what I need to do to accomplish the goals I need to accomplish. So, you know, there's a number of my goal on how many homes I want sold next year. It's pretty high, pretty you know, for a newer agent, I think my idea of how many needs to be sold is higher than most, but you got to go big or go home, baby. So once again, if you guys don't know, I'm in the 79928 market right now. That's the area I'm at. For this particular open house, like I said, I'm in Mesquite Trails. Beautiful, beautiful area. It's quiet. This home that I'm in now currently is 2011, built in 2011. Actually, I had one of the neighbors come over and let me know that, hey, all this was built in the last 5-6 years. So there's a lot of new homes being built over here. A lot of new possibilities over here. Not only that, just coming here, if you're in the 79928 area or Mesquite Trail area in particular, man, you're going to see a lot of new warehouses being built. They're not even finished yet. And I promise you, that tells you a lot that's going on. One, stuff's being built. Of course, if you see development, you know there's future growth, of course, right? And then also, you can see that, hey, you know, a lot of new jobs are going to come in the area. That means it's going to be a market even better and bigger than before. So that's why you see everybody building homes in this area as well. Like I said, it's not a hot market like 7991. I would say 1.2 or 2.2, but it's not slow either. So I'm gonna give you some perspective. So last month, this is on Gepard. These are the stats that we get as agents that we get. But there's 1,078 homes that are available, and then last year there was 214 sales last month. Now that just tells you real quick that buyers still have a choice, right? And sellers can't just overprice homes. You can't overprice homes because it's competitive with what's on the market, of course, and then also what's being built. You know, so you don't want to go and over asking when, hey, this new build over here, you get all the amenities you're asking for, and it gives incentives. So don't get too crazy if you are in the area, you're deciding to sell. You don't want to go too crazy with it, so understand that. But I would also say this, on the flip side, sellers are still moving fast. Right? The average median days on the market is 37 days. 37 days. So, you know, that's quick to have something on the market. Like I said, this home that I'm currently in has been on the market for 26, 27 days. And I'm telling you, it's a ton of interest. I don't see how this won't get a contract here soon. And that's not me sale fighting or giving you that FOMO, fear of missing out. It's not any of that. It's just you can see the interest in this area because it's a growing area. Now, I would also say, so the buyer focused on value. If you're a buyer and you're focused on value, typical homes in this area are selling around 273,000, and then they're around 1,600 square feet. All right. Um, you need to understand that, hey, especially those 3 to 4 beds, that's what appeals to these families, first-time buyers and relocation buyers. They're looking for something 3 to 4. That's what I've noticed, of course. And then, like I said, that's what's hot on the market. So understand that, hey, 273, if you're in that area, this might be an area you might want to move into because, like I said, with the growth and the jobs and the development that's going on, that does everything it needs to do to make sure your property value is being appreciated year over year. Okay, you want that stuff happening in your market because that in turn helps your house out if you purchase a house in the area. So keep that in mind. Now, the supply remains elevated, right? Over 1,000 active homes means buyers aren't forced into rushing decisions, right? You're not forced into a decision because there's a lot of homes in this area that's on the market that's available for you to look at. Now, I just did an open house query for somebody this weekend, right? Just 3 miles from where I'm at. I'm literally the only house in the 3 mile radius in this area that's hosting an open house. Right? But there's 1,000 homes available on the market. That should tell you something, man. Now, if you can't get into the home and you want to see the home immediately, of course, give me a call. You guys have my QR code up there. We'll sit down, we'll have a consultation, all the great stuff. I need to find out your wants and needs, of course. And then from there, we'll do a buyer's rep agreement and I'll make sure I get you into that home so you can at least take a look at it. Now you might be saying, Mike, why am I doing paperwork? Why am I sitting down? Because listen, Linda, you have to understand that that's the state of Texas. Everyone should be requiring that you sit down, not even sit down, just at a minimum do a buyer rep agreement so you understand the relationship between the agent and yourself, right? So that's very important. Now, when it comes to new inventory, that's a big thing right now. 203 new listings are on the market just from last month. 203 new listings. And if you don't know what listings is, that's just people putting their houses up for sale. So 203 new homes went up on the market. On top of that 1,000 we've already talked about that's currently on the market. So, like I said, if you're thinking about selling with that 37-day median days on market, that would incentivize me to sell if I'm deciding to. If I want to make a change going into the new year, it just depends on your wants and needs and what you want to accomplish in your life, right? Now, we're going to get into some nitty-gritty talking points that I want to talk to you guys about. And I took notes down, detailed notes. That way I can go through this and have a great conversation with you guys. You guys know I love the ramble, but I don't think it's great for you guys. I don't think it's great for you guys, me going left and right, because you came here for information, right? And I want to give it to you. Now, if you have any questions, I definitely have room to put private chat. Can I see the comments? Here we go. Show comments on stage. So if you have any questions, it'll pop here. It'll pop up on the screen for me, and I can answer any question that you may have. I did put a post out earlier. I don't think I received any questions at all. Hopefully, as we grow the channel, as we grow everything, of course, we'll get more demand and more questions, which that helps. That helps, one, the algorithm for me, and two, it helps you because maybe the question that you were thinking of, someone else has it, and they were able to write it a certain way. So, if you have a question, definitely don't hesitate to let me know. But I did write down some talking points. That way I can just keep it going, right? So, is it a seller or buyer's market in this area? Now, this is just my opinion. This is not fact. This is not anything that is set in stone. So don't hold me to it. Don't say, hey, Mike said 79924 is a buyer's market. Mike said 79924 is a seller market, and this is why. Okay, listen. This is just my opinion, right? This is my opinion. And that's what you got to understand with every realtor. Everyone sees this thing differently. And you just want to align yourself with someone who understands the market in a way that they can explain it to you, and then also support why they believe it's a certain way, why they believe it's a buyer's or seller's market. I think that's the most important thing. Back it up with data, back it up with some sort of fact. Don't just start talking out the side of your mouth and saying, oh, this, and this, because I'm just being real with you, man. A lot of people out here just talking, man. They just talking, they ain't doing no research, they just up here, they're just doing it. Read between the lines on that. But anyway, 79928, market conditions lean is balanced with the buyer's advantage. Because like I said, there are a lot of homes on the market currently. And we can't overprice our homes if we're coming into the market and we're selling our homes. We can't overprice it as well. So I would say it's a buyer's market, just for the simple fact that there's so many homes available, right? And then the incentives also is a telltale sign if you were to believe it's a buyer's market as well, right? So inventory is healthy, days on market are reasonable, which is nice, especially for my sellers. You don't want to have your home sit on the market for 60 to 90 days. You don't want to be paying 2 mortgages or not being able to move until this home sells. Like, you just don't want to be in that situation. So sellers who price smart still get offers quickly, but buyers aren't under pressure like in ultra tight markets. Like, so for example, COVID. COVID was crazy, right? It was aggressive. It didn't matter what the price point was. You were going to either buy it or not. So that was an issue at that point. So it's the same thing. You just got to think about it. Homes are on the market 30-something days. So you still got time to shop around, but shop around quickly. That's why it's important that you're pre-approved, because if you do walk into a home that you love, you want to be ready. You may want to put an offer in that day. You may want to put an offer in next week. But if you're not pre-approved, you don't have your everything that you need to do ready to go, then it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter at all, because there's nothing you can do in the moment. You know what I'm saying? So that's important. Now, what's the typical home size and price buyers are closing at? I just told you, right? Recent sales are saying 1,610 square feet in this market on this side of town, with the average price of 273,000, which, like I said, that's a pretty decent price point. It's not too crazy, not too much of a home. You're not gonna break the bank with that either, so that's a great as well. And then if anybody has purchased a home or knows someone who purchased a home, I'm telling you, immediately within the first 6 months, something's gonna break, something's gonna come missing, so you don't want to buy too much home, and that's just so important. And if you do buy too much home, you better make sure you're able to maintain it. Period. You better be able to make sure you can maintain it. All right. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about, let's segue into something else I wanted to talk about here. So this is a snapshot for my military folks, right? For military folks, I just want to give you guys a snapshot a little bit, right? So this zip code sits in the east El Paso, far east area, including neighborhoods like Mesquite Trails, and it's adjacent to pockets near Horizon City. So if you hear those two cities or those two areas, you're gonna know, okay, that's more or less the east side. Now, this part of town offers suburban living with convenient access to major thoroughfares, like not even thoroughfares, I said thoroughfares. It's suburban living, and it's close to the amenities that you need, right? The restaurants, the shopping centers, the highway, all those great things. You're not too far from it, which is great. Now, this is, like I said, it's ideal for a family that's, someone commuting and family life. If you're single, of course, you can still be accommodated in this area, of course. I would just say, there's a lot of things that I think about as a family man that I want to have. So that's what I'm talking about from my perspective. But of course, anyone and everyone could definitely look at this area. Now, when it comes to shopping, what's in the area, Mike? When it comes to shopping, how far is these locations? All those great things. So in this area, of course, everyone has Silla Vista Mall. That's the largest indoor mall and national retailers in dining and entertainment that's over here in this area. And that's in Central, so it's really close to everybody, more or less, depending on the traffic. You also have the Fountains at Farrah. That's available as well. That's close to the mall. You can have what's called Bassett Place. It's an established mall with shops and centers, all that great stuff. And then you have the outlet shops. That's a little further down the area, going towards Anthony, Texas. But of course, if you like those outlet shopping prices, you might want to make your way down there. Now, near Fort Bliss, so now we're talking about local retail services near Fort Bliss, right? Of course, the biggest thing you don't even have to leave the base because you have what's called Freedom Crossing. Freedom Crossing is huge, man. It's like a mini mall on the base. Of course, you're not paying taxes, so that's even better. So that might be another reason why you might want to just stay on base, or just shop on base, of course, because you still have that. You still have the commissary, all those great things as well. And then when you're talking about the commute from at least this location I'm at or in this area, you're looking at anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, more or less. Now, if traffic is heavy, you're looking at 30, 45 minutes. I'm not going to lie. Like, it just depends, man. What's going on is with the development, it's a lot of one way in, one way out. And that's a problem. But highways are being expanded and extended and all these great things. So hopefully, as the development happens, things get a little easier, commutes get a little bit better, and people start to understand how to move with the traffic, right? But just so you understand, if it's clear traffic first thing in the morning and there's nobody out, hey, you're making it a formation early in the morning for PT. Yeah, just make sure you get out at least 30 to 45 minutes early, just so you can make it through that gate, right? Now, you may be asking school options. What are the school options out here, Mike? So this area is part of Socorro Independent School District, at least at the open house I'm at currently. Like I told you guys, I am at 12617 Greg Martinez out here in El Paso, Texas, 79928. So this is part of Socorro Independent School District. You also have Ysleta Independent School District out here, and you have Clint Independent School District. These are some districts you can choose from. I can't go into too much detail about it, of course, because I'm a licensed realtor, right? So we don't want to get caught talking mess about different school districts. But if you go to and use that QR code, or you go to my website, I actually have all the links to all of these different school districts. You can click on them, go through them, review them for yourself. That's what I would say. That's what I've done as a parent. And I promise you, I think it's done more harm than good, because when my kids, they can't stand it, man. I'm going to find out I want to find out every activity, agenda item, everything that school offers, that school district offers. I want my kids to excel at it, and I want them to be at least exposed to it. And I'm telling you, you're gonna find some things. I'm like, man, I didn't know this was available. I didn't know this was available. But I promise you, like I said, if you're a military family coming in, PCS'ing, and if you're just someone new to the area, that's what I would always ask you to do. Whether you're the father or the mother, whether whoever you may be, when it comes to being that parent, being that guardian, right? You just want to make sure that you're exposing kids to the right things. And I promise you, El Paso does have some great programs. I give you a great example. Now, my kids aren't in this school district, but majority of them do offer this. I've had my kids in a dual language program. This was great. I had to fight to get them in it, right? Because some districts wanted you to have them started from the very beginning. So you're talking about from either pre-K or first grade. They needed to be in this program. We actually moved out here when my kids were in the third or fourth grade, and I did not care. Put my kids in this. They need to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, be respectful of the culture that you're in. So that was always my mindset. Also, what was another great program? Oh, the GT program, of course. You have the gifted and talented program. You also have, which is great, a lot of high schools offer this, is the dual credits, as well as actually going to the local community college, Valley Verde, PCC campus. That's actually located at the Valley Verde campus, which is kind of like in the central area. Your kids can actually go to a college campus in high school. So that was nice as well. So I expose my kids to everything and anything. I don't care what it may be. I've been to a lot of different parent meetings. I've been to a lot of different school board meetings. I've hustled and bustled with superintendents. I think they know my name. And it's not just to create a fight. It's just, like I said, when it comes to schools, you definitely just fight for the amenities that you want, fight for what you want to give your kids. But for the most part, I've had a great experience with, you know. I've already talked about the commute times, right? So from 79928, you're talking about 15 to 25 minutes, depending on the location, time of day. Like I told you, using I-10, that's the main highway, right? You got I-10 and you have Highway 54. Those two highways are available in this area that get you to Fort Bliss the fastest. I'm gonna have another video going over the gates so you guys understand which gates are available, because man, I'm even learning. I've been out the military for a while. I got out at Fort Bliss. There were certain gates that I use all the time that are not available anymore because they just don't have the manpower for right now. Or they do, but you know how it goes in the military. Everybody's fighting to keep their soldiers and don't want their soldiers just sitting there on a extra duty for no reason. So right now they only have certain gates open. So I'll get that once I get that information, I'll push that out so you guys can understand that the times and what gates are available and what side of Fort Bliss you may be going to if you are PCSing into this area. Now, I would also say 79928 it's a balanced commute for most people, right? It's a shorter drive time to base compared to the west side neighborhoods, which may face 25-minute commutes, a little longer, right? I mean, that's starting 25 to 30 minutes. So you just want to have more predictable routines. Of course, the military, we got to have something that's predictable, right? Also, homes in the area tend to offer more square footage. Hello, how you doing? Come on in. How you doing?
I called Robert.
Yes.
And he told me I could shoot content on this one.
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead. Thank you. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm on I'm on StreamYard right now. Streaming, yeah. So no worries at all. I got that. I just got that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just got. You got a big boy. Mine's don't look like yours.
I got this from Best Buy.
Oh, you got it from Best Buy. Okay. So you have your own channel and everything?
Just on TikTok and Instagram.
Just TikTok, Instagram? Yeah. Man, well, let me know. Once you get doing your thing, let me know. I'd love to follow you.
Got you.
All that good stuff, man.
Oh, how long have you been doing real estate for?
Oh, man, it's going on 7 months. 7 months now? Yeah, 7 months. But I've been out here doing real estate for the last 8 years. Buying my own properties, of course, but doing this side of it, it's different. Yeah, it's different. It's different.
You're on the war team, right?
Yeah, I'm on the war team.
By chance, you know Karina?
I do. I've talked to her every now and then.
You tell me details of the property?
Say it again?
The details of the property.
Oh, so this is a 2,400 square foot home. The purchase price is $385. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home. It does have amenities, so you got a jacuzzi, swimming pool. It is heated. I just found that out today. So that's great. Also, if you go in the garage, there's some great features in the garage. For those handyman, you actually have the shut-off valves for each room, to shut off the water. That's great. AC and furnace, you have a set for the downstairs and the upstairs. So that's nice. Most homes they have, everybody got to deal with the same heat temperature, you know what I'm saying? So that's a plus. And then I believe, you're gonna love the balcony up there. So the balcony, that's probably the best. Yeah, now you can get the best shots from up there. You'll get the best shots. So those are the main big specs. Yeah, those are the main ones.
Can I get a?
No, absolutely. I had more water, but man, I had some kids that came. They just cleared me out. Man, they took everything. I was like, oh my god.
I'm gonna start recording from the outside.
All right, absolutely. All right. So where were we at? We were talking about. Okay, so we were just talking about the commutes, right? And we talked about the west side, how far you are from the west side, if you're in that area. We talked about the active homes in the area. Buyers have a choice out here in this area. And then, what else did I write? Yeah, that was it, man. That was it. I ain't talking about too much, man. Like I said, I want to keep this video short and sweet to the point. I kind of want to do this every, I don't know, man. I have a social media account that I've generated that I'm going to use. I don't know if everybody noticed, but I've been pumping out content consistently because I already got it done and created what I'm going to make it. So today was just Q&A. Um, Today was just to go over the area that I'm particularly in, that I'm in for my open house. Like I said, my open houses are going to be hopefully every weekend. Right now it's just Saturday and Sunday, but I really want to go either Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I want those 4 days. Just, what I'm saying? Just try to generate as much traffic. I've noticed if people see my signs out consistently, they finally come in. Had a confidence to come in. I'm trying to also generate. I'm thinking of just some other ideas that I've seen on TikTok with some other realtors. Offer some sort of service, some sort of something to just draw people in, just to have conversations. What I'm learned, I've told you guys, my cousin Ernie, he sold cars. That man, he could sell anything, bro. He could sell anything. And I've learned from salesmen, period, is like, it's not about selling anything. It's about the confidence. It's about understanding, just having conversations. I think that's the biggest thing. And then, of course, knowing the product, right? Just like this young man came in, he's going to shoot content, no problem at all, man. And he said, hey, tell me a little bit about the house. How quick did I spit it off? Just, what I'm saying? Like, rambling. So I'm not gonna lie, my first 3-4 months, I'm doing everything and I'm shooting so much information at once. And I'm noticing people don't want to hear that, man. Let them walk around, let them tour the house, let them be excited about it. And then when they get done looking, okay, tell me about the house. I like it, but tell me about the nitty gritty about the house. And that's what I'm starting to really gather. So I'm super confident I'm going to be able to hit my goal going into next year. I really am. And I just know that to do that, I have to have more conversations, more engagements. I need to have a real good, great social media presence, because that's how some of these agents out here are doing it as well. But I also don't want to, I'm not copying off of nobody. I just want to be me and be original and be real and give you the real. Like I said, one of the things that I didn't cover, but we're talking in other videos, is just making sure that you really, really understand the home buying process. And also, being careful when it comes to, yes, be excited about the house, but also understand the details as well. And what I mean by that, when you're talking about MUDs and PIDs, municipal utility districts, you're talking about PIDs, man, you want to understand what those are. You want to understand if you're paying for that. You want to understand if what your property taxes are. You gotta get that, even with the new builds. Understand, yeah, you might be able to afford it now, but when your property is reassessed the following year, your property taxes go up. That's how you get in trouble, man. So find you a realtor, whether it's me or someone else. Find you a realtor that's gonna to let you know, give you the real, man. That's all I gotta say. I don't want to say too much more about it because I don't want to go left. I don't want to go left. But I appreciate everybody coming on. I appreciate watching the video. If you watch it at a later time, thank you so much. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. My phone number is 915-487-6602. If you want to go on my website, of course, it's keysandknowledge.com. No, not Keys and Knowledge. I changed that. And now it's Mike Clark, El Paso Realtor.com. So go on there. You'll be able to see me. If you just type in Mike Clark in El Paso, I believe I'm the only one, man. I should pop up first. That's nice. That's nice. So that's a nice feature. So just Google me at this point. You'll be able to see me. And then, yeah, you'll be able to stay in touch with everything that's going on. So, like I said, I want to keep my word and make sure I came on here for live. But like I said, any questions, comments, concerns, definitely don't hesitate to hit me up. If you're thinking about buying or selling, let me know. Give me an opportunity. Let me earn your business. I'm not expecting it. Just let me earn it. Give me a chance, right? If you know anyone, that this information could be used for or utilized for, share it to them. Share it to them. If they're thinking about the home buying process, make sure they're knowledgeable. Like I said, they don't have to use me, but my main thing, that's why I call it Keys of Knowledge. I want you guys get the keys, but also have the knowledge with it as well, because you don't want to get in a house, because you're signing for a 30-year mortgage. You may stay in a house for 15, 10, 5 years, man. And you don't want to say, dang, well, that realtor didn't tell me anything, didn't explain anything. That slogan under keys and knowledge, they didn't explain this to us till now. No one taught me this. You got that excuse, gotta go. Gotta go. It has to go. We just have to learn it. And you just gotta figure it out, man. All right. But I appreciate y'all. I want to keep this at 30 minutes. Thank you so much. Peace.